Hello, welcome to a video. This one is a little bit different, to be honest. It's pretty different than my other videos. My other videos have been kind of like, kind of here and there, a little bit weird stuff, a little bit interesting talking. This is a little bit more like, I need your help. I kind of need some help in this case. You don't have to do anything. You just have to watch this video mostly. And then you can think about stuff. If you live in Saskatoon, maybe this is more relevant to you. If you live in the Utana area, it's more relevant to you. That narrows it down quite a bit. If you're one of the many people who's, not anywhere close to here, you can just reflect on this and know that Saskatchewan, Saskatoon is maybe more fucked up than you thought. And hey, everywhere's fucked up, right? So, it's normal. But that was 1 minute, so that's the intro. So basically, let's just get right into it. On November 26th, I telephoned to the Extra Foods, my local grocery store, where I shop most days, or have shopped most days, for quite a number of years. In this case, I can explain more why I was calling in the morning, but basically, upon hearing my voice, the manager began to verbally abuse me, and then when I tried to get a word in, trying to tell him something that was very important, which was pertaining to one of his staff members, he hung up the phone on me. And so I was pretty surprised, that he didn't want to hear about. This is a situation where I've been authorized to. It's my spouse, and she's his employee, and I don't have to get into all of the details of that because that's kind of ongoing. But really, in my case, I tried to reach out to him just to at least, anyway. So first verbal assault, first getting hung up on. He said, I don't have to talk to you, and I was like, okay, well, yeah, okay. But, I felt that, he should, I am authorized to inform the management of these situations, which I can get into more. Maybe we can talk about that if you want to, but it's not really, it makes it, a lot more damning when you put it all together. But for the purpose of this video, we'll just say I had something that was totally legitimate and important to tell him, which is true. So I went down to the store a couple hours after they opened, after they would have been done their morning routine, and Aaron Karpinka was standing there, near the front. And so I walked over, towards him, and I said, kind of quietly, hey, can I thought that he probably wouldn't want to have a big kind of, I thought he'd want to have a quiet conversation, so I say, hey, could we chat for a second? And I'll tell you, right away, one of the first things he said, pretty much the first thing he said to me was, I don't know, maybe I'll do the voice, because I'm doing a video, so I can, stay 6 feet back from your own go place! And it's kind of okay, all right. It's all right, bud. So I'll stay 6 feet back for you, no problem. Now, but then, then he still wouldn't actually interact with me at that point, because every time I started to speak, he would interrupt me kind of in this angry voice. I was very shocked, because I had actually called a couple of days earlier and asked if I could come by around that time to speak with the manager, and they said it'd be fine. So he didn't even know the topic that I was talking about at this point. I had asked him if he would have a quick chat with me. He knows me. He's known me for almost 20 years, so he definitely knows me. And I will say, it was clear that he was very scared too, but I wasn't being threatening. I really was. I hadn't even really said anything actually at the point that he started shouting at me to leave the store. It was, it was quite a weird experience. And then he did angrily offer me the the legal department. Like, he said, do you want to contact legal? Like, do you want to talk to legal? And I said, well, yes, you know. In this case, I would take the, you know, the legal contact number for the legal department for sure. At which point he started shouting more and retreated to the back of the store where the employees only sign. And I kind of started leaving, and I'm kind of like, you know, can I get the legal number? Like, is there, like, what happened? What's going on? You know, I mean, I didn't really understand, you know. And so I left, and I was kind of like, that was weird, you know. That guy is having some problems, you know, clearly. So I went home, and then like, you know, the next day, like early in the day, you know, like right away here, I received this, you know. I received this. So I'll show you this. This is my official Loblaw letter. Let's see here. Trespass notice, okay. Ooh, light, nice light, yeah. All right, so that's you know, pursuant to the applicable laws of this jurisdiction. I can't even speak here. Pursuant to the applicable laws of this jurisdiction, our stores are private property where the public is invited for the purpose of transacting business. As such, this invitation may be withdrawn at any time. The invitation to visit the property or premise of any of our retail facilities operating in Canada, excluding the province of Quebec, is withdrawn immediately upon receipt of this letter. Okay, so it goes on to explain that, you know, it's any subsidiary of Loblaws, any, you know, I mean, this is like includes Shoppers Drug Mart, it would, you know, and that's where I get my registered mail and my medication, like my psychiatric medication and stuff. So, I mean, you know, that's pretty weird, right? I mean, I was surprised that I was banned from every Loblaws location in Canada for some reason. So, you know, of course, I call Loblaws at this point, and they are like, oh my God. Like, they can't even believe what I'm saying to them, really. And they, of course, forwarded to upper management. And then, you know, a very nice upper manager calls me, and they're, again, she's very apologetic. She says, we're sorry, you know, this is obviously unacceptable, and, you know, you shouldn't be treated this way, and so on and so forth. And then and she says, I have to forward it to the regional manager, who will contact you, and, you know, they'll discuss it with you, or whatever, right? So I know at that point I'm going to get a call from Burke Keller, you know. I know the guy. I mean, he doesn't know me, but I know him. I mean, I worked for that company for like 12 years, you know, so. So, like, I mean, yeah, Burke gets on the phone with me, and he calls me on Monday, like, you know, a few days later. So it's Friday I received the note and the store-wide, nationwide ban. And so Burke calls me on Monday, and basically, he doesn't apologize. I mean, he's not in any way apologetic. I mention a number of concerns that I have about, you know, like, personal vendettas being carried out in the form of store bans. And he clarifies that it's only the local Broadway store that I'm banned from. And so I asked him, you know, like, is that the Loblaws policy for when someone, you know, politely asks to speak with the manager, that they get shouted at, thrown out, and then banned from the store? And he said, of course not. Well, no, of course, you can't say yes to that. And I say, well, that's exactly what happened. And he says, well, he felt threatened. And I say, well, I mean, okay, why did he feel threatened? And he says, well, I don't know the details of the situation. And that's what Burke says to me. I don't know what happened. I don't know anything about it. I'm kind of like, huh? Okay, you don't know anything about it? Well, I'm telling you exactly what happened, you know? I mean, like, is that... And then he says, I gotta get going here. And then he hangs up. I mean, he hangs up, and he confirmed for me that the store ban was, you know, the store ban was for real. I mean, like, I'm never allowed to go to my grocery store ever again. And you know, so, I mean, he also told me in that conversation that, of course, you know, like, the form that I had received was invalid, you know? I'm not banned from every Loblaws nationwide, every Shoppers Drug Mart, because that's a little too egregious even for Burke. But he says, yes, the local store ban is upheld. And I asked for a reason, you know, like, I mean, you can say you feel threatened, okay, that's valid, But you have to kind of go a little step further. Okay, you have to say, why did you feel threatened? Like, what was threatening? And it's been pointed out to me. Yeah, I mean, when you're abusing someone's spouse, and oh shit, I have to let it go, and then the guy comes to see you, then you might feel a bit threatened when he just wants to have a polite conversation. Frankly, that's reasonable. I mean, if you're abusing someone's spouse, and then the man comes to you, frankly, he was really scared of me. This guy. I mean, he did feel very threatened, and I feel bad for him in that way, because that sucks. It sucks to feel backed into a corner. It sucks to have everything come crashing down on you like that. But frankly, you can't ostracize me from food in my neighborhood. Like, that's like the finality of ostracism, where someone is no longer welcome in any way. And like the precedent for that, like, you see what I'm getting at here, right? So, I mean, I was hoping I could go this a little bit quicker, but basically, Loblaws has said, I mean, we can't do anything about that. Loblaws is very apologetic. Like, their customer service department, they're like, oh, we're so sorry, this is so unacceptable, but we can't do anything about it. Okay? So, and Burke is like, fuck you, buddy. And I mean, that's kind of where there's some kind of disconnect here. So I'm kind of wondering, like, exactly what the deal is, like, I mean, is there any recourse? I mean, can this guy just do that? Because I've got more stories about this. There's actually a number of people who've been banned, including a friend of mine who passed away 6 months after he was banned for calling Aaron Karpinka a Nazi. More on this later.